So now that I've seen all 6 episodes of Ironheart, we have got to talk about so much, from the series to that insane cameo character reveal. I mean, we've got to talk about a lot. Before we get started, we're on the road to 4,000 subs. My dream of hitting 5,000 subscribers is getting so close. So if you're new to this channel, I would love to have you here. Seriously, I read all of the comments. I most likely will respond. I've got to know what you thought about Ironheart. Okay, let's talk about these final 3 episodes, and then I'm going to give my thoughts on not only the big cliffhanger, but also the series as a whole. Not gonna lie, I was debating even watching all 3 of these episodes in a row last night just because it released at 9 p.m. my time, and they're each about an hour long. I had to work this morning, but my God, these last 3 episodes picked up so much that I was heavily invested, and I'm so glad that I finished the series out. I guess I just want to start by talking about the show in general and all of my thoughts on the characters, the story, and everything like that. I will have to say this is probably one of the best looking Marvel Disney Plus shows that I've seen. It looks like a movie, and I really wish it kind of was. Maybe condense the episodes a little bit, maybe get rid of some of the side plots. I think this could fit really well into a 2-hour, maybe 2.5-hour movie on the big screen. That being said, I really enjoyed the story that they told. The visuals were great. The CGI looked fantastic. And my God, I just missed seeing an Iron Man suit where it's not nanotech and Riri actually gets into it. Honestly, every single actor in this show did a phenomenal job. There wasn't any lackluster performances, especially considering the cameo or new character appearance at the end. Dominique Thorne kills it as Riri Williams. I think she's going to be a mainstay in the future of the MCU going forward into phase 6. And honestly, I'm ready to see the Young Avengers now. That, along with the decision that she makes at the end of this series, just blew my mind, and honestly just want to see more of her as soon as possible. And that's me knowing that Fantastic Four is literally in a couple weeks. I should let you guys know that this is going to have tons of spoilers in it. I'm about to go heavy into the spoilers right now, talking about the characters that show up and where we leave our characters for the future. One of the most interesting standout side characters in this show for me was Ezekiel Stane. He has a nice little storyline where he has nothing and then he has everything and all the power, and then that kind of gets taken away from him too. And there's a lot of symbolism with him and his father, as well as Riri and Iron Man. I mean, that's kind of the whole point, especially with the Red Hood as well. Not Red Hood, the Hood. Red Hood is a DC character. The Hood was really interesting too, and Anthony Ramos gave a great performance, and just seeing him devolve into the more demonic persona was really interesting and kind of sad. Before we go on to the big reveal of this episode, I do want to say that it's really important to note that Riri Williams is not a completely flawless hero in this show. She kind of is a criminal in this show, but she is still someone you support and kind of root for, the main protagonist. She's not a bad person, she's just trying to make her way in the world and achieve her dreams. And I think one of the main messages of this show is realizing your actions do have consequences, whether you like them or not. And what better way to personify that than introducing one of the most wanted MCU characters since the days of WandaVision. Yes, folks, finally, after all of these years, we actually have Mephisto in the MCU. Sacha Baron Cohen delivered a very eerie and very memorable performance already in just 1 episode of Ironheart. I was genuinely trapped by his performance every time he was on screen, and I just can't wait to see more. Again, I keep saying that because of how this show leaves us off at the end. You of course get the story about the Hood and how Mephisto gave that to Parker Robbins in order to achieve his goals, but never in a million years did I think that Riri Williams at the very end of the show is going to make a deal with Mephisto as well. It really shocked me, and I honestly wasn't a big fan of it after immediately realizing she was going to make the deal with Mephisto, just because I feel like the whole purpose of the story with the AI best friend and all the things like that, I hope Riri would realize that her actions do have consequences, but it doesn't look like she realized that at all. And while I said I didn't like it at the beginning, I immediately turned it on its head and actually love it because of where it could take us in the future. Mephisto is definitely going to be a mainstay character in the MCU moving forward. We've got projects like the Midnight Suns, Strange Academy, the Young Avengers. All of those could definitely have Mephisto in it. And now that Riri has made the decision to bring her friend back to life with the help of Mephisto, what has she sacrificed? Well, we're probably gonna find out sooner rather than later. I feel like this is one of the very few Disney Plus MCU shows where the finale sticks it so well that you're really wanting more right afterwards. This may be a hot take, but I say even more so than Daredevil Born Again, which in my opinion is such a bummer because this show was barely marketed at all. They dropped 3 episodes in 1 week, 3 episodes in the last week, and now people are just gonna probably be talking about Mephisto, which isn't a terrible thing because it's something us fans have always wanted and it's very exciting, but I feel like a lot of the show that we kind of watched is gonna get lost in all of that. It definitely won't for me because I'm just, such an MCU fan, but I can tell other people are probably just focused on the cameo. I also want to note that scene where you can see Mephisto's actual real identity in the reflection of the spoon. It was like 11 o'clock at night and it kind of jump scared me and I couldn't sleep afterwards. afterwards. Even that little bit of a tease for Mephisto's real appearance is enough to get me excited for the future, especially with his involvement with Riri Williams. And also it's confirmed that Mephisto has manipulated many people in the past, including some of our beloved MCU characters. Who those people are, we don't know yet. I mean, we can make a whole nother video just talking about that on its own. But I feel like this finale really instilled that feeling of intrigue and wonder about what's happening next. Overall, I think this series was really good. Of course, it does have its problems, but what doesn't? I think a couple years down the line, we'll look back at this series and be like, man, that was actually pretty good. Why didn't everyone talk about it all the time? And personally, I blame the release schedule and the lack of marketing. So where can this go next? I said earlier, maybe the Young Avengers. We've got Kamala Khan as well as Kate Bishop recruiting Young Avengers. We've also got the rumored Strange Academy series coming up, or maybe it's a movie going into Doctor Strange and his new students. We've got the characters from Ironheart as well as other magical characters, maybe from Agatha all along, that could play a role in that as well. As far as Mephisto goes, I think he could pop up in any of those series, as well as maybe a Midnight Sun show, or even in Spider-Man, because we know Spider-Man made a deal with him in the past in the comics. In fact, the Spider-Man movie that's coming out is Brand New Day, which kind of takes inspiration from One More Day, where Spider-Man does use Mephisto's gifts. I don't know, it's really exciting. Overall, I thought this was a really good series. I just wish the logistical things behind it were a little bit different, but I digress. Guys, most importantly, I have to know what you think down below. Leave your theories of what you think is going to happen next, your overall thoughts on Ironheart, and I will see you all very, very soon.